Hello everybody, this is En route, and today I am going to be talking about a very significant and important topic. And I've been gone because, man, you would not believe the amount of things I've had to deal with. It's incredible. Starbucks sucks. So today I want to talk about not this interview per se that I watched. The interview was done by Unibello. That is her channel. Let's see, let me just down the, so if you look, you can see, I think you can see this girl here. She was interviewing this sister in Christ this girl named Sarah. And you know, I watched the whole interview, and if you're interested in watching the whole interview, go and watch it. But there was a specific point in there that, you know, I always kind of felt, but at this time, it just struck a profound chord. And that is this whole horoscope thing, right? It's like this whole thing where if you're born in a certain month, it's like, oh, what month are you born in or whatever. And then you're like, oh, I was born in April. And then the person's like, oh, I don't get along with people born in April. And you're just like, wow, based on the month that I'm born in, you're going to judge me based on my entire character, my whole life, all my experiences, everything. And I just found it so interesting. I find it so interesting because society normalizes it so much. It's like, oh, I'm a Leo, I'm a Sag, oh, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Gemini, right? And it's just like you're boxing yourself into a specific, I guess, demigod, or like specific kind of energy, if you would, simply because you read it. And the thing about it is that anybody can write anything about your horoscope. I could literally make a website right now, put up all the horoscopes, and come up with my own daily calendar for what your forecast will look like as a Virgo or a Pisces or a Cancer. Okay, my point is that I could say, hey, Libra, you shouldn't go out today. It's gonna be a rainy day, and you shouldn't talk to any romantic people because you're gonna be Venus is in retrograde and you're gonna be having a stutter. Okay, guys, we are allowing ourselves to be controlled by things that really shouldn't have this much control over us, and we're judging people based on something that is not controllable. Like, no one can control whether they're born. Well, yes, if you want to get scientific, right, you want to get down to the biological, facts, Jack, possibly, there could be a difference in children born in the winter and born in the summertime. There could possibly be that. Like, maybe children born in the winter time tend to have less vitamin D, and therefore their processes go this way, right? But then it also depends on where that child is born in the world, because if the child is born in Florida, well, it wouldn't really matter, right? I mean, as much. Or you could say, oh, children born in the summertime have more vitamin D, therefore they start off with more vitamin D out the womb, so therefore XYZ, right? You could, that's like a logical experiment that we could kind of address and see if it's true or not, right? But to say that, oh, because you were born in January and June, then you two can't get along, right? Or you were born in, whatever and whatever, and you can't get along, or, just simply because your birthdays are so perfect, you must be the love of my life and my perfect match. You know how bad that is, how demonic that can be? And the problem with it is that the people that are telling you about it and explaining to you about your horoscopes are just people that learned from other people. And so if you try and think about this at a logical perspective, and also understanding that the 12 zodiac signs are probably not even as relevant as we think, given the fact that we used to have 13 months, not 12. So that means that there's something missing, which means that all of the zodiacs are invalidated simply because there isn't even the 13th one there, right? Each cycle of a woman is 28 days. That's why there's 13 months. There's supposed to be 13 months, right? But for whatever reason, the rotation of the planet, they've shortened it or whatever. At least that's the excuse. But the point of the matter is that you're giving up your power to something that is most likely not even true. And, I've been there, I've done that, like where, you're watching, a tarot card reader for your specific sign, and they're like, oh, Capricorn, Aquarius, they backstabbed you. And you're just like, they did, they did. And the thing is, it's like, everybody's been backstabbed, okay? Everybody's dealt with shit. And so a lot of the times, it's just like, yeah, sometimes it can be for confirmation. And yes, sometimes a lot of people need to be led to God through the tarot because they learn a lot of spiritual things, a lot of spirituality through the tarot. So it's not always all bad, right? But when it comes to allowing it to be specifically, that's why I like it when there's readers who don't specifically sit there and say, oh, this reading is specifically only for this specific person born in this specific month. It's, more like a energetic reading, or just like a kind of like a, and they get confirmation in their own little ways. They do their little things. But I see that a lot of tarot readers are now actually getting away from the tarot, and they're not being so much tarot readers, but more like oracles in a sense, more like spiritualist, energetic readers who are, I think, what the where they come from. See, the thing is like, I'm not trying to invalidate everything that goes on, but I think why they're so important right now is because there are too many people, and there are too many people who also, on the flip side, are just far too in that religious spirit, and then they use the Bible as a idol, right? So people use the Bible as an idol, and when the Bible is used as an idol, it's also used as a weapon, right? So there's a lot to, different ways I could go and unpack, but point of the matter is that, I think people need to stop assigning their whole personalities with the specific month air god that you've been assigned, okay? And just be who you are, be who you want to be how you feel. And and just because you're not a Scorpio doesn't mean you can't be mysterious, okay? So just do whatever you want, okay? And stop allowing some website that never existed before in the history of time, especially, like God, all of the bullshit that we have to put into our brains and think about, that's just completely useless. All the people that didn't give a shit about what their earth sign was back in the day. And I'm not saying people weren't spiritual and all that stuff, but I feel like we're missing something. We're missing something in history a little bit. But you know what? it's a learning thing. Things are unfolding. You know, it's essentially kind of like how the Bible's incomplete, and that the true Bible is most likely the Ethiopian Bible, which is a much more fuller context of things. And the fact that they separated the book of Enoch away from the Bible, you know, there's many things that we are not able to understand or consider just yet. And there's many things that we need to bring together, but being religious and being closed-minded and being also like almost idolizing your horoscope, like I'm an Aquarius, I'm a Pisces, I'm a Taurus. Like it's kind of not good. It's not good for you, because it becomes kind of like idolization in a way, just kind of like how people idolize the Bible and idolize a lot of stuff, and idolize fashion, and idolize their car, and idolize the house they live in, and idolize their clothes, and idolize their spouse, and idolize you know, how they look. And you know it all comes together somehow, right? So I'm just here trying to help people connect the dots, you know. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is En Route, and thanks for watching.